My sons. So much to discuss in the world of football. So much fat to chew on in the world of the arse. Arse is to chew on. Wow, incredible. I hope you're doing well. It's going to be a lively one. Welcome back to another one. Love to your mothers. Hope you're all doing well. Looking after each other in these turbulent times. We're all we've got, people. Let me know where you're watching from. Let's do a couple of shout outs before we start. The gang are live and active in the building. I see you. Yes, indeed. There's been a documentary, an interview, a couple of interviews. Wow, the PR machine is in full spin and we will be analysing in full detail. I haven't actually seen or heard anything, so it's going to be fresh, off the cuff, and, you know, probably controversial. I'm not sure exactly what's going to be said. I'm not sure how we're going to react to it, but it should be fun. Let's go. Chat, where are we? Luke Ashton, I see you. Let's switch over right away. I've got about 1 million buttons going on here. We've got the full squad lineup potentially about to be shown. However, we will save that for now. And we will focus on your man up here, indeed. Edu Gaspar. Alex Buckingham says, as if there's a plan. Yes, indeed. We are here to talk about Arsenal's plan. Edu Gaspar's plan, which he has detailed in an interview with Sky Sports and another one with Arsenal themselves. I'm not sure. I would think the Sky Sports one will be a little bit different. I've heard that the questioning is quite intense. Tseng Tsi says, my actual father from your Mongolian son, all the love to you, and GGMU. Indeed, my son, I salute you. Soak it up, breathe it in. The interview will get you mad. I would grab a drink before you start. Okay, Portugal in the building. Watching from Wakanda. Watching from Manchester. Australia in the building. Victoria, Canada. Canada with a 1-1 draw against the US men's national team last night. Sensational scenes. Watch your ulcers. Peter, mate, you look like you've had a few ulcers in your time. Sorry. I appreciate you. Ready for this huge from the mighty Leeds. From the city of Manchester, Tenerife to the Middle East, we are in Rotterdam, we're in Bangladesh, and we are in India, Ireland. We're all over the damn world. My son's International FC. I appreciate every one of you for joining us. But without further ado, let's kick. Why am I over here on the? I'm sort of. Can we just? There we go. Hey. Okay, we're right in the middle. We're all ready. Live. You haven't said anything, Rahul, but much love to your mother for joining and getting involved. Edu. Let's do this. We're going to do about, well, I've sectioned it off tonight's episode, right? We've got the, you can't see that, but we've got the notes. We're going to do 20 minutes on one thing, 20 minutes on another. That's 20 minutes on Edu Gaspar's interview. And look, for YouTube purposes, please, this is fair use. There is no intended copyright infringement. We are just studying, analysing, and for educational purposes, we're going to be breaking it down and analysing, and that should be legit, all right? Hold tight. If the stream goes down, you know they're out to get us, right? The hard-hitting home truths, that they hurt. They sometimes hurt. We've got 20 minutes on the squad breakdown. We've got 20 minutes on Arteta's plan, which is looking kind of funny now that I'm reading it. About 20 minutes, I don't know about that. We'll spend 10 minutes on Arteta's plan because that might be stretching it 20 minutes. 20 minutes on tomorrow's back pages, the gossip and whatnot, and 20 minutes on Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, and some chat questions and whatnot, okay? We're going to do a giveaway at the end of the stream, t-shirt giveaway. So if you do want to win some fraudulencia, if you want to win something, stay tuned, yeah? Right, let's crack on. My actual sons. As I say, I've not heard any of this. We're going to look it up right now. Arsenal. Edu Gaspar interview. I've seen people going mad. I've seen some people seemingly quite happy as well. So it will be interesting to see where this goes. I suppose we just go to arsenal.com for the first one. Yeah, they've hidden it already, haven't they? Where is it? Have they actually hidden it? Are we ashamed of the interview already? What's going on? It's not on the front page. I know I'm a little bit late, but... Oh, there's no interview. Okay, I'll tell you what. We'll go straight to the video. This is YouTube again. Please allow me, yeah? Please. Just relax a little bit. Relax yourselves. I'm actually going to take all risks off the screen. We're getting fraudulent, okay? There's no fraud going on here, lads. None whatsoever. Edu, take it away, baby.
Edu, we've reached the end of a very, very busy transfer window for you and for the club. How would you assess the business that we've done?
Before we kick off, can everyone hear that? As I say, we are going to break this up for copyright purposes and just, you know, do the legal. We're doing it legal, above board. What? I hope this is all right. You can hear that though, right? Let me know. Yes, we can hear that. Okay. For educational purposes, who wrote that? You deserve a medal. Ah, sensational. Stop it, mate. You're on top form. Top form! Ah! In fact, what I am going to do to kind of help us along with this is I'm going to bring the squad up, okay? That's, I think, why I was positioned on the other side. There was a reason for it. Not completely random. Okay. The reason that is up there is because we are going to go through the squad as it stands to see exactly what the transfer window and its business have left Arsenal Football Club with. Okay. Obviously, we can kick things off by bringing in the loan players, or the players who are on loan. I'll just flick them up on this side. There we go. Okay. Edu, take two. Take it away.
Very pleased for go through a very challenging period of the transfer window.
Maybe we should speed him up because he's taking a long time to speak. Does he speak this slowly the whole time? Playback speed 1.25.
So I'm pleased as well the way we're working together. So because we went through all the process properly. So I remember when I and Mikel presented to the board.
What was he talking about? The process?
Our summer project. Okay. The board came to me to him and said, "Whoa, is this a lot?"
I've got to criticise myself already, right? I've got to hold back from being too critical. I'm just going to give him fresh, clean slate, chance for you to. I'm actually impressed that they're coming out and speaking in full stop. You know, that is something. There is something to be said for that, and hopefully, he's got some convincing to do for starters. I can't pretend that, but yeah, let's give him a chance.
And then we say, yes, I know it's a lot, but with your support, I'm sure we can do that. So, and I'm pleased to see the way we went through every single signing, every single decision together, make the decisions together. So, and then we finalized the transfer window with almost done 100% of what we planned. So that's why I'm very pleased with that.
Can you discuss a bit more, outline the strategy?
Okay. That is quite interesting that he said that we finished the window with almost 100% of what we wanted. I don't know if anyone can give any clues as to what Arsenal couldn't pull off that they wanted to. Is that James Maddison? Is that someone else I'm not thinking of? He sounds like Toto Wolff. I don't know who Toto Wolff is, but I'm going to look that up now. Toto Wolff. Who is that? Toto Wolff is an Austrian executive. Motorsport executive investor. Okay. Getting rid of Deadwood is probably what he's talking about. People are saying, au revoir. More departures. Clearing the Deadwood. Buendia, HUGH. selling players. Okay, right. Perhaps another option at right back because they left it very late. Okay, that's perhaps what he could be alluding to there. Again, as I said, I don't want to be too critical at the start. At least I just want to. I do want to give him the chance to speak, without judging. Okay, just yet.
That you had going into the window. Obviously, all the players are under the age of 24. So it's clear what you wanted to do. But tell us why.
Let's just bring those players up. He's saying all the players that you've brought in are under the age of 24. I'm going to try and go through individually all of them. So we've got Ramsdale. That is popping up there. Beautiful. Oh, look at this. 12, my son. Look at what we've done. Incredible scenes. Why didn't you group the images, though? That was weird. Anyway, Ramsdale in goal. Who else we got? That has come in. Lokonga has come in. No forwards signed. It is going to be in the defenders section. We have Nuno Tavares, who I have put on the bench. Tomiyasu, who I've started, and there's a reason I've put him there. Okay, bear with me, lads. Bear with me. We will get to that. Who else have we brought in? We brought in Ben White as well. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 signings. Who am I missing? There is one other signing. Odegaard, that's it, yeah. Martin. Okay, there's your new signings. They're talking about profile already, and we're hearing a lot about this, you know, the age of the players with a view to building something for the future, sell on value. Let's have another listen to Edu again.
You wanted to do that?
Yeah, I think you have to see the bigger picture, to be fair. I know people want to understand a little bit more about this transfer window, which is quite clear for me, the direction you go. So we signed 6 players. All the 6 players is under 23. So that's the direction you go, to try to consolidate the squad, to try to give to the squad more balance and more future as well. But what...
Okay, it's very interesting that this is what they're talking about early on, at least. Again, hopefully this is all right. We're doing this kosher. He's talking about balance, building for the future, the player profile being young. And I've got no problem with that personally. It's just that I'm looking here at some of the players that aren't involved and thinking, why haven't we kind of, well, aren't they for the future as well? Saliba obviously is the example that we throw out there, but even Mavropanos, I guess Nelson, maybe there really isn't space for Nelson, and that is the common sense answer to that. Torreira does not want to be here. Mavropanos maybe wants to stay in Stuttgart. Saliba, it's an example anyway of Arteta perhaps doing something that goes against what Edu has just said here. However, it's in with the youngsters of a profile of under 26, was it? 24? 24?
What I'd like to people to understand is to see the big picture, because if you see a year ago as well, we started to make some decision in this direction. So we renew Bukayo Saka, we renew Martinelli in the spirit as well, just to give them some direction the way we try to go. So just to give you a context, we renew in 1 year's time 7 contracts. 5 of them is under 23s for the.
So renewed 7 contracts within a year, 5 under 23s. Building for the future, Saka, Martinelli, Smith Rowe.
First team. Okay, and then in this period of summer to summer, we signed 10 players. 7 of 10 is under 23 as well. So what I'd like to explain is not about this summer. It's about the project. It's about what we want to do. So we started the project. We are in the middle of the project as well. So we're not.
Okay, this is interesting. We're in the middle of the project. How do we feel about this? We're in the middle of the project. We're halfway through. Does that mean?
Just one window and go. No, it's window, 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 window. So we have to consider every single step. Now is another one. I think this one will consolidate a big step. We are really pleased because, again, the players which we signed, it's quite what we're looking for. So I see in Mikel the squad much more balanced in terms of age, profile, and in terms of some players which can get a lot of responsibilities, like a Thomas, like a Granit, like a Aubameyang, like a Zet. So we see the balance in the squad today much better. But again, this is not the end.
Okay, well, it's all about balance in the squad, and it is a project, a process. Yeah, project, process, and balance. I mean, this is, you know, like I said, I don't want to judge too early. We'll let him go on. It does seem a little bit like we're being sent around the houses, though. Have to be honest. Project, process. It's not just one window. It's window, 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 window. How many windows is that? We're halfway through the project, though. That at least has given me some semblance of, you know, what we're aiming for. Let's just have another listen.
It's not the end. People have to understand we're still in the journey to go where this club deserves to be.
People have to understand we're still on the journey to go to where this club... I mean, we're still on the journey. We're still on the journey. We're definitely on the journey, mate. This can't be the end because we're bottom of the league. Okay.
One thing that's really noticeable about the 6 signings that you made is they're young, but they're not inexperienced, are they? They're not unknown. Sambi, for example, we saw him make...
I really like Lokonga. I know they're stressing the age and profile again. Maybe the experience that he's getting as a Belgian international, I think he got his debut the other night, is going to be priceless. He does have a lot of potential, this kid, I think. Of the signings that they've made, as you can see, they are all very young, but you know what this is basically doing is going back to an Arsenal ethos, which said we don't buy stars, we make them. And if you are going to sign players who are, you know, young enough or have the potential to shock the world and become top players, the best thing to do, or the best way to do that, is by not overspending. And unfortunately, it looks a little bit like Arsenal are following this model, but being forced to overspend massively. And I guess part of that is down to the fact that there is no European football to convince players, or Arsenal tax. I mean, people just seem to take the mick out of Arsenal in the transfer market. Either that, or it falls on Edu's head, because as technical director, this is his responsibility.
Despite them being young.
Yeah, so maybe you mentioned Sambi. Sambi is the one which played more than 16 games in Belgium. So we follow this player more than a year already. So Sambi can play in different positions, either number 6, number 8. So and the strategy behind Sambi is because we have 2 seniors players there, which is Granit and Thomas Partey, and Sambi will be the ones to replace them when it's necessary. So we already have a good example in the first game. So Thomas was injury, some play. So that's the strategy, to have someone behind the seniors guys.
Yeah, but then he didn't play in the next game. That's confusing. I am confused by that. If you are signing backups and you're saying that these guys have the potential to be good enough to step into the main man's shoes, then you have to give them the opportunity to do that when the main man is out. Granit Xhaka is out now, suspended obviously after his red card, so it will be interesting to see the lineup that Arteta goes for. We will unveil a little bit of the squad as we go through. Edu, please.
There to play and to develop and to go one day to be the main player in the team. So if you want to go through every single one, it's quite similar. I can go through. So if you're talking about Ramsdale is important as well. English in that position is important because we can balance the squad. Good age and very good with a good experience in the Premier League as well.
Okay, I agree with all of those things. Ramsdale is young. He is homegrown. He is competition for Bernd Leno, who does appear to be on the way out, lads. Bernd Leno is made it quite clear, if reports are to be believed, that he's not going to renew his contract, or he's not going to sign an extension. And I think he does have... I think he's got 2 years left on his deal. Please do correct me if I'm wrong. However, I can see Ramsdale being shoehorned in, and that may well be good for the squad. Ramsdale.
So he's an international.
Whoa, let's chill out. Let's chill out with it. He's an international. I mean, let's just relax.
And for us, so it's clear he has a beautiful future because he went through a challenge periods, but he always been through well.
Okay, I mean, this is good PR again. Ramsdale, look, he excites me. I personally would probably start him over Leno just because I felt a little bit more secure. I know it was against West Brom under 23s, but I felt a little bit more secure when he was taking play into his own hands, or, you know, confident enough to play drilled passes out to midfield with his feet. It's not something that I've seen a lot of from Bernd Leno, but...
And he's so positive, he's so energetic player, which make us comfortable to sign him. So he's the one which is going to be for the short, for the medium, and for the long term. So in our project, and that's why we signed him.
Well, it sounds like Ramsdale for the future, lads. 10 years of Ramsdale, cool. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I will support the guy.
If you go to Nuno, if you remember, last season we suffered a little bit in that position, on left back position, because Tierney in the first half of the season he did quite well, and in the second half of the season he lost 48% of the games, which gave to Mikel some challenge to try to adapt to some players there.
Right. Okay. Let's keep it on a little bit.
We go to Nuno because Nuno is under 2021, so to feel and to balance that position as well for a player which is 23, is Tierney, and to have someone like a Nuno to develop, to give him a time to be one day the first one, is the same. So I can go every single position.
Yeah, again, it's just not convincing enough. I like Nuno. He's really looked good so far. He's agile, strong. He definitely strong with his left foot. He can shoot with both feet as well. He scored an Aubameyang-esque goal. In fact, a goal that Aubameyang would love to score these days in pre-season. But you're paying quite a lot for him, and it's a big risk. So it sort of defeats the purpose, because we are historically very bad at selling. Perhaps this transfer window is part of the process in changing that.
There is a reason behind it. So, but the direction I think is quite clear to everyone.
And how important was the character of the players? Let alone, we know what they can do in the pitch, but how important was it that you got the right type of players?
That's again, is we have to create some foundation, and stronger one. It's not only about the characteristics of the players, the technicality of the players. So it's about the character of the players as well, the mentality of the players as well. So like I mentioned to you, the transfer window, I spoke to many of...
The mentality of the players as well. Yeah, you know, this is, I mean, I've got to be honest, now it's sounding like waffle. Like, if you're talking about Cristiano Ronaldo turning up and saying, lads, listen, I know you've been struggling, people have been making fun of you, but I'm here to win the Premier League this season, yeah? Shape up, everybody shape up. I can sort of believe that could be changing the mentality. If you're bringing in a player who's just been relegated, player who's just escaped relegation and has recently been playing in the Championship, player who played for Bologna, who, I mean, look, with all due respect, come on lads, what are they winning out here? Lokonga, Anderlecht, he's probably got the mentality as a youngster. Odegaard, I'm not seeing it. That's not convincing me. It's not convincing me, but you go on.
Agents and players, and some of them, I say thank you very much, because I don't see the right mentality to be here, to try to change the situation we are now. So, and then when you interview, when you talk, when you see the character of the players, and you see the excitement of the player when you're talking about Arsenal.
Okay, I mean, this is cute. This is when you see the excitement of the players when he's talking about Arsenal. This is sort of a catch-22 situation as an Arsenal fan, because I love the fact that, for example, Ramsdale is so excited about becoming an Arsenal player. He's brought his, his family along. He's brought his granddad's ashes. It's all very emotional. He's delighted. The smile is just ear to ear. But of course it is. Of course it is. You're signing for Arsenal, the Arsenal. Huh? You play for Sheffield United, bro. You've stepped up. Your life has just been transformed. You've won the lottery of football careers. That's a massive upgrade. I mean, in terms of league position and structure right now, it really isn't. But you know what I mean. Of course, he's over the moon to be connected with Arsenal. Gabriel and Tori Itoi. Much love for getting involved. We will be going to the other version very shortly, but I thought I'd give him the chance here.
And then that's the energy what we need here in the squad. That's the energy here we need around the club.
So there's been a lot of focus on the club over the course of the summer, a lot of focus on the signings we've made, but there's been some criticism that we've only made one sale. How would you address those concerns?
Oh, this is a big question. Big question. One sale all summer, really struggling to get rid of anyone, if I'm honest. I'm fascinated to see what he says to this.
Well, we find a very, very challenging window, not for Arsenal, for everyone.
Oh, here we go. COVID. So, oh no. What are you talking about? I don't know. Schmobid? Ah, God damn it. YouTube are not going to help me. Tomiyasu Loki could be better than Ben White. He's 22, captain Japan, and highly thought of. No, there's no debate about it. He's quality. He looks defensively like a massive improvement on what we've had there, and as we will talk about, he is going to change or allow us to change slightly the way that we play, or at least help Arteta to play that way that he wants to play. I will be going through that very shortly. Let's let the poor guy continue.
If you see, there's no mini selling around the world. You know, there are a lot of loans with options to buy around the world. So we did two. So we have Matteo Guendouzi and Mavropanos, which they are in that situation. So
hold on a second. Guendouzi is an option to buy. What?
For everyone. If you see, there's no mini selling around the world. You know, there are a lot of loans with options to buy around the world.
Okay. Can someone confirm, is Guendouzi option to buy or obligation? Crucial information.
So we did two. So we have Matteo Guendouzi and Mavropanos, which they are in that situation. So there is an obligation to buy as well. But listen,
right.
We
some obligations
work the way the market is well present to us. I cannot knock the door of the club to say, listen, I'm selling the player. You know, I think there is some message around, but you have to do as well what's the best for the club. Sometimes we have to change a little bit the direction. When you have some ideas to sell the player, but it's not possible, and then you have to create an opportunity to sell in the future, and then you loan the player and see.
He can't sell anyone. Businessman, you need to be able to sell stuff. Yeah? Salesman, he's basically a salesman. As far as shifting the deadwood, he needs to be able to sell players and needs to be able to make the decision as to what is best for the club, like he's saying. So let's talk about this. Let's talk about this concerning some of these players. One player that is obviously going to pop into a lot of people's heads is Granit Xhaka, popped up there on the screen. Look at him, little fraud. Had one foot out the door. To all intents and purposes, the club looks to be happy to sell. Couldn't agree a price with, or a fee with Roma. And all of a sudden is back in the squad, captaining the squad. He was actually captain the other day. Captain. Before Aubameyang came on. And I can't remember which game that was. It's all blurred into one fucking big term fraudulent match. It's questionable whether that is for the best for the club. In the long term, I mean, we've been down this road consecutively with a few players. Let's talk about, who's another one? Sead Kolasinac just started two games this season. Or has he started all three? He may have he started either 2 or 3 of the games this season. Absolutely shocking. Shocking. I don't know how you're expecting people to believe in this. Needs musts, people will say. But this is an example of technical director fraudulence, if you will. And the inability to sell is definitely going to hold Arsenal back again.
So the way we did with Willock is a good example for us. So
no, Willock is the only example for you, really. Let's have it right.
Went on loan, play, expose, and then the market to see a little bit more, and then came to sell and to buy.
Okay, so that's the idea then. We're trying to do the Chelsea model. Send players out on loan. Send young, homegrown players out, which are 2 of the kind of deliverables that we are allegedly super interested in this project, but okay.
And let's see, maybe next window, we're going to be in better position in terms of selling, but right now, that's now our reality.
Okay. Let me know your thoughts so far. I just want to come to the chat very briefly. We will go to the second part of this and the other interview as well. But I'm interested to see what the general consensus is from you, the people. Are people on board with this? The mentality is referring to Saliba and Guendouzi having a bad attitude. Yes, but mate, in terms of business, let me just break this down for you for a second, right? In terms of business, trying to make money from your product, and these players are simply commodities, so let's consider them to be the product. If you're struggling as a manager with various types of personality and character, and every time there is an issue, you send them away, either on loan or banished, exiled, whatever you want to call it, you are seriously devaluing the product. And Arsenal are not in a financial position to be able to withstand like bucket loads of players who you just don't get on with being loaned out forever and not ultimately not purchased. Those players still have potential. Guendouzi and Saliba are, you know, classic examples, and they will be not everyone's cup of tea. Guendouzi is on record with a couple of managers as being quite an issue and having some disrespectful traits about his character. But, you know, part of that is about man management. Part of that is, I mean, look, what makes a good manager? It's a question I put to you. To me, it is obviously a number of things, but really and truly, you want to be getting the most that you can out of what you've got. Has he been doing that so far? I think arguably up to a point. You know, what makes a top manager, though, is being able to get more out of your players, raising the level of your squad so that it performs better than the sum of its parts. Has he been doing that? I don't know about that one. I don't know about either, if I'm honest. 2 finishes in 8th. And some real, for me anyway, I need some clarity on exactly what the plan is, because as of yet, so far in this interview, it's sounding a bit like waffle. I'm hearing 4 or 5 transfer windows, projects, youth, trust us. So we'll go again, but this time we will switch over to the second interview. Please do grab yourself a drink and some popcorn. If you haven't already subscribed, join in the chat by doing so. Click that little red button. Turn the bell notifications on as well so you never miss a video when we do upload. We are back in full effect. My sons, please do smash the hell out of the like button as well. It is greatly appreciated. We move. Don't forget, stay tuned for a giveaway at the end, my son. Yeah? Right. Part 2, hopefully slightly more serious, because that one was a little bit of an easy ride, if you ask me, and he was allowed to just skate around the issues a bit.
Do you understand, though, why Arsenal fans would prefer, say, if you spent 150 million, you buy 3, what you call oven ready to go straight away into the first team, maybe with Premier League experience, or...
Right, this guy's not messing around with the questioning. I just want to go through a couple of the comments. Ozzy says, you send away every player that disrespects your authority, and if they're not willing to apologise, you send them away and make examples of them to the rest of the squad. Right? Okay, yep. I mean, there's a limit to how many people you can do that with before you're just kind of running out of players and you're struggling again, but okay. Adam Elmino says, what is the plan? What is the style of play? Hopefully we're going to get some more explanation of that. Arteta wants to play football that he can't with the players that he's got right now. Well, that's fine. But if you know that it's not working, or you know that the players aren't up to it, then is it bad management not readjusting or having another plan? What is the plan B if plan A is not working? You can't just have a plan A if you know that these guys can't do it. Bloody Nora, Salman Shazad, mate, Salman, like Salman Rushdie. Hopefully he hasn't got a price on his head. Salman, my actual son. My girl still thinks Pepe plays for Argentina. Wow, incredible. Why? It's her birthday. She may not like the exposure, to be fair. Still sweet. She takes an interest, though. As usual, love the content. Another week, another mate. My son, I salute you. Ooh, see-through. Cheers, bro. You're an absolute hero. Pepe. It could be Portuguese Pepe, but yeah. Let's go to this interview. Let's break it down. Let's give him another chance. Come on, my son. Here we go.
Certainly, first team experience elsewhere.
I have to say again, credit to them for doing anything. Obviously, they feel like they are under pressure. 20th in the table. It's time to speak out. Edu's probably been told by the higher ups, you got to show some face, bro. You got to face the music and dance, as it were, because you know you're tarnishing the club, basically the club's name, the club's history, and you need to at least convince people that there is a plan. Has he done that for you? Let me know your thoughts.
That will improve the team now, and as you know, right now, the team has not scored a goal, has not registered a single point, and sits rock bottom of the Premier League.
All right. Chill out, Jeff. God, rubbing it in and all that.
I really understand that, but I just would like to them to understand as well the reason, the direction we go as a club. So of course it's hurt us to be in that situation. Of course we know never going to see us there. We are hurt. I am hurt. I don't want to see the clubs there. But
listen, I tell you what, I don't want to hear. I'm sorry to do this. I don't want to hear you're hurt. I don't want to hear that, mate. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to, listen. You can never be hurt like the fans, especially not when you're being paid through the nose. But regardless, I'm not going to jump on him. I feel a little bit sorry for him because he is under serious pressure right now, and his job may well be up for grabs in the short term. Never mind this 5-window project that he was talking about. So let's let him defend himself.
But I want to see the team playing together. So to be fair, until now we have 3 games, and I didn't see the team playing together yet.
I have been saying this. I have said this. We haven't seen the Arsenal that this window has put together, or that the last 3 windows have put together, playing together as of yet. And it's difficult to kind of hang him, as it were. Trial by executioner. It's not really fair right now because he needs a few games with, let's say, for example, let's bring this squad back up here. I'm going to go for from the back. I am going to start with Ramsdale in goal. I'm sorry to say it, but Ludo, no offence, Leno, but you're not committing to us. Ramsdale is here for the future, so I'm just going to bang him in goal. There is competition, obviously. It could be Leno, it could be Ramsdale. Take your pick. Let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No. Yeah, it's Ramsdale. Tough luck, mate. Okay, we move on. That's the keeper. Obviously, Tierney is going to play. I've put him up there because he bombs on so much. It's just the way that it is. Let me just read this comment out. When Edu said that 48% of Tierney things he does. When Edu said about that 48% Tierney thing does he mean he was injured for 48% of the season, or is he really implying that Tierney isn't good enough? Because that makes me feel sick. Yeah, I think it's about the injuries, mate. He is constantly hampered by injuries. So we do need backup, and that is sensible. It has to be said. I don't especially have a problem with that. It's just that I would have quite liked to get rid of Kolasinac as well. But anyway, to go back to this squad, I will bring Tierney down just for, you know, common sense sake, so that it doesn't look a bit too weird. I'm also going for Gabriel at the back. He will be one of the 3 for me there. Right, I've put Tomiyasu here. So it is a 4 at the back on paper, right? However, during the game, I can see Tierney bombing on like that, and I can see it becoming a 3 with... Now, I'm just totally guessing here as well. I don't know what I'm talking about, right? But this is what I think Arteta will be doing, or could be doing anyway. Tomiyasu is sort of a right back on paper, but could be playing centre back, as it were, in that 3 as Tierney bombs on. Most of the play is focused down the left-hand side. I know that Nicola Pepe or maybe Saka is an option there. Let me just bring him in up there. However, Yeah, I can actually see Tomiyasu and his defensive capabilities really helping Pepe out. Let's just put the striker up top. I'm hoping it's going to be Aubameyang up top. It could be Lacazette though. It's interesting to see Lacazette and potentially Eddie Nketiah could be walking away for nothing. I've put Eddie on the bench. I've put Martinelli on the bench. Let me know what changes you think I should be making as well, as I do add these in individually. I guess that means that Lacazette starts on the bench, and that is going to be controversial for a lot of people in itself, especially given Aubameyang's form. Xhaka, I'm just sort of counting out because he's suspended. Saka on the left-hand side there, although I know he does actually sort of float in between there and there. Let's just put him there for a minute and try and get some kind of 11. And then I'm going to put Thomas Partey in there. Is that going to be fair enough for the next game? I don't know who's back, who's not back, but in terms of a squad, let me just move him around there. Ooh. Right, something like this basically. Again, on paper, a sort of 4-2-3-1. However, with possession, 3 at the back, Tierney kicking on. Okay, thoughts on that? I think there's potential in the squad. You've got some good options on the bench. Let's just have a look at a few more. You got you got Callum Chambers, you got Cedric Suarez, you got Holding. There's options. There's options out there. Mohamed El Neni has been linked with Besiktas. I don't know whether that's fallen to pieces, but the Mirror claim that it has. Emil Smith-Rowe will try and force his way in as well. Actually, Kolasinac, I don't want to see your face, mate. Just, there we go. Let's keep it cool. There we go. Smith-Rowe takes his place. Smith-Rowe will get a lot of game time as well. I would imagine that he would be featuring up there on the left a lot. If anything, you may well see one of Saka or Pepe benched and Smith-Rowe starting out there. I think that could be a possibility, even though that can't be happening now with Pepe scoring as many as he had in recent times. Again, I see Tierney constantly going down here. So I'm just sort of adding him to that. Lokonga will probably sit back a little bit more than Partey, I would have thought, but it will be a young team, really. Barring, who is it, Partey and Aubameyang. I guess Tierney is youngish as well. What do you think? Is it good enough to survive in the Premier League or actually do something, try and get back to Europe? Because, you know, once upon a time, not too long ago, the project was get back into the Champions League. Then it was get European football in general. What is the plan this time?
So I want to see the signings. I want to see the squad prepare. So all 3 games which we played against Brentford, City, Chelsea and City, unfortunately, we have some difficult moments in terms of COVID, injury, etc. So I want to see the team play together. And then let's judge the team when they play together. I'd like to see more Smith-Rowe. I'd like to see more Bukayo Saka. I'd like to see Ben White with Gabriel. I'd like to see Tierney more. I'd like to see Tommy. I'd like to see that kind of team playing together. And then after that, no problem. Let's judge us. But until now, I understand, again, it's not excuse. I understand the situation, what we are now, is really, really tough. But let's judge the team when they play together.
As you know, Mikel is under immense pressure right now. Also, your own job comes under criticism. It comes in line as well. The criticism of you is that you haven't done this job in Europe before, and you don't know the European market. What do you say to that criticism? And also, what and when would you be able to say is, when will it be where you can be judged for what you've done?
Oh, great question. I've got to say, fair play to Jeff. He's asking, you know, questions I think the fans would ask. When can we judge you, basically? When is it fair for me to say, okay, you've had your time, you told us this was happening, it's not really worked out, cheers. Let's hear it.
Your policy at the club?
I respect all the pressure. I became from Corinthians and from Brazil international team, which is unbelievable pressure as here. And I understand the fans. I understand the...
Yeah. That didn't go down that well, though, did it? I don't think that went down that well. Um, 3 years. He was coordinator of the Brazilian national team. It's very loose. Edu's notable signings at Corinthians. He's done some quite good work there, I have to be honest. Looking at what I can see here, for Corinthians, he's done some quite good work. He signed some quite good players. Some players that ended up working out quite well. Including Renato Augusto, Fagner, and during his time there, Gil and Balbuena as well. And Corinthians won Libertadores World Cup and won the league title whilst he was director of football. So yeah, can't criticise too much for what he's done at Corinthians. So that gives me a little bit of hope, if I'm honest. 3 years with the Brazilian national team is a difficult job and a very different one as well.
The reason and accept that. But we need a little bit of time to do what you plan to do.
Yeah, you need
I'm
loads
not
of time,
saying
don't you?
because I know this kind of word hurts a lot Arsenal's fan when you're talking about timing, patience, but it's the reality. So that's why when I say to you, we have to create a good foundation. To create a good foundation, you need a time.
Okay, we need time. They need more time. Even more time. Yeah, time is of the essence though, mate, especially when you're 28th in the league. The one thing that I seem to have a problem with personally, hold on a second, Andrew's got a problem here. Greetings, father, my son. The issue is the business going out the way, including, yeah, that's indeed, selling only Willock, who sold himself really with the form he was in. Even then the fee was low. Also Guendouzi and Saliba fit their criteria for players perfectly, by the way. Wonderful comment from Andrew, couldn't agree more. He's covered a whole bunch of bases there, really. The issue with Edu is not so much the business that's being done in terms of incomings. No one can say that they're not happy with... well, actually, you get plenty of people who say they're not happy with it. There's plenty of people who are more than happy with Ben White, Tomiyasu, Lokonga, Odegaard, and think that they... and think that they have the potential to add stuff to the squad over the course of history or this project. But still there are going to be people who are salty about Guendouzi and Saliba, especially if Guendouzi's being called up to the French national squad, especially if Saliba is in the team of the week in Ligue 1 and playing reasonably well for Marseille, despite the fact that some of his teammates are dropping him in it on a regular basis. There are going to be questions asked. The job that he's got to do is not only bringing players in, it's getting rid of the deadwood. Augustus Plays says, how do we stay motivated as a fan knowing you'll win nothing and every game will be embarrassing? No style, no A-list players, no manager. Hard-hitting home truths from Augustus Plays. My son talking about my family on this stream like that will get you executed. Sorry, what?
But you know, you don't get time in football.
I know, but that's why you make some kind of the decision.
Look, if your son's a bum, right, you don't give up on him, do you? Do you? I don't know, I don't have any kids, but do you give up on your children? I don't know. If your partner is just lazy and does nothing. No, I'm not talking about you. But you don't give up on them. You try to encourage them. Do you know what I mean? You inspire them, or you do stuff with them and show them the way. Show them the way. Or do you just give up on them and turf them? Turf and surf. Surf and turf? What's surf and turf again? Oh yes, meat and fish. Meat and fish don't mix. So just, well, they do actually. They just don't with my stomach. What are you waffling on about, mate?
Sometimes you have to make some decisions, not to look in the future. We believe in our squad now, but we believe this squad can be even stronger in the future, not in the short periods. I have to thinking about, my job is to thinking about short periods, but in the long period as well. How we're going to plan that kind of journey. Because if we now sign 1 or 2 players...
Bro, if you could see the movements that he's doing with his arms, I'm not liking it. I'm not liking that at all. I'm sorry to do this. Hold on a second. He's going like this. The journey. The journey doesn't even fit in the screen. It goes from here to over there. The journey. Wait. Let's just pull those arms in, bro.
And we have 3, 4, 5 gaps to fill. And then people are going to look to us and say as well, guys, what are you doing? Because you spend a lot of money here and here. What about the other position?
No, they're already saying that, bro. They're already saying that. People are definitely saying that now.
For the future. So the balancing is not easy to get. But we believe what we're doing. Talking about my role, I understand the pressure. I understand the pressure of
Sophie Zalaz, chill out. I hear you, but chill out.
my Mikel board and the club, because the situation which we are now is not acceptable. But listen, now is the moment to everybody being together, and I do like...
Nah, do you know what? No, I've heard all this before. I've actually heard all this before, mate. I need to hear more. Come on, give me something else.
To see in this difficult moment, people step forward and get the responsibility. I am responsible for what we're doing.
Yes.
Edu, it's been...
Yes, you are responsible. Are you going to take responsibility?
What can you tell me about it and the thinking behind it? Because the truth is, you may have spent the most money on players in the window out of any Premier League club, but the Arsenal fans are underwhelmed.
Wow. These questions are quite raw. Is he going to say he understands?
Yes, I understand.
Oh, no! Oh, God. Okay, no, it's cool. Relax. Everybody relax.
Reason? Because first, they didn't see the team yet playing together, isn't it? So...
That is key. I mean, we've got to see the team. When are we going to see the team, though? Whose fault is that? How long can we keep saying that? If you can't put the team together, or there's injuries and all these other things that are happening to everybody for the next 2 years, is that still going to run as an excuse?
That's the one of the reason as well. But I think you have to see the context a little bit bigger than just to see the money around it. So...
No, you know, one thing we should definitely focus on is the money around it. Definitely, we should be looking at how much money we're spending on these type of players, this quality of player, whether they are. This is what I was saying earlier. You're investing in youngsters with potential. Yeah, that is great, because you're looking at maybe they can become superstars or give you enough quality to win things or get somewhere, and ultimately they have good sell-on value. The key is that you purchase those players for a low price, and that we are not doing.
We signed 6 players. 6 of the 6 players was under 23 players.
How long have we been? How long have we been going? I've gone over 20 minutes, haven't I? Have I gone over 20 minutes? I'm such a fraud. Wait a second. I said I was going to spend 20 minutes on that. And so far we have spent... Oh, we spent an hour on it. Oh, fuck. Edu, bro, spit it out. God.
Means a lot in terms of our planning. So, because normally people like to see just one window. So I have to see a little bit bigger picture. because if you take like a year ago, so we start planning the squad a year ago in terms of, you know, to consolidate the team, to try to get better foundation. So if you remember, in that period of the years, so we renew Bukayo Saka.
No, he's saying the same thing again. You've said that already, mate.
1 year period, we signed 10 players.
Oh, he's rehearsed it. He's actually got lines. Wow.
Okay, and 7 of 10 is under 23.
Yeah, we know that.
We renew 7 players,
yes,
because we have a reason to try again to create a good foundation. And then one day, maybe we're going to sign 1 or 2 players only. But after one day, try again to create a good foundation. And then one day, maybe we're going to sign 1 or 2 players only.
Okay. So in the coming windows, one day in the long-term or near-term future, somewhere on the calendar, we'll be back in the window, ready to sign 1 or 2 good players, top players, maybe, asterisks, / brackets, at the footer of the page, just in case this happens, or just in case this doesn't happen. T's and C's state we are not liable. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Maybe one day we might.
But after that, it's impossible to sign 1 or 2 players only, because we have a lot to do. We have to balance the squad better. We have to.
Because you can't sell anyone. Because you actually can't sell anyone.
Recruit the players with the right characteristics, recruit the players with the right profile to make the squad better, solid, and much more consistent, because you suffer a lot of the last season in the consistent moment during the season, which now I want to give it to Mikel and to the board a much better squad.
Nobody.
Honestly, is it me, or am I just, my head is just spun by this absolute fluff? It's just like, I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. But anyway, the bigger picture is on a bigger canvas, as from debauchery to YouTube says, more paint equals more money for Deluxe. More money for Deluxe equals growth in the economy. Growth in the economy is down to Arsenal reaching. Yes, we can't sell the deadwood and paying off of some of those contracts. Big L's all round, says Blake Richards. Indeed. So, what are your thoughts? Arsenal have been on Instagram celebrating Bukayo Saka's success with the England team. Jesse Lingard in the picture here. Some people have been rumoured to believe that Jesse Lingard could be making his way to Arsenal. It is interesting that they chose that picture of all pictures. I'm not going to read too much into that, though. Surely he doesn't fit the profile of the young, high ceiling potential sell-on value player that you're convincing us is so necessary. It is just Saka FC time. We've actually gone really, I was about to say we've gone super hard on the women. We're not going super hard on the women. Let's relax. Everyone just slow and calm and to the beat now, okay? We're enjoying women's football massively as Arsenal fans, yeah? They're quite good. In fact, they have been one of the best in the world for quite some time. Historically, I think they're one of the only, they're probably the only team to win, I think it's a quadruple and go unbeaten in the season, in any form of football. Someone correct me if I'm wrong on that, but they are a legendary squad anyway. And Saka, yeah, everybody's flavour of the year. Arsenal's best player. Who do you drop, Saka or Pepe? Let's bring up that team sheet again. Does that squad make sense for you? Let me just squeeze him over there. Tierney, mate, get back over here. Right? Just relax a little bit. How are we feeling about this? Shout out Miedema, indeed. If you don't know, get to know. Blimey. Oh, blimey. What a baller. Sensational scenes. Okay. If Edu put as much effort into actually signing players that improve your team as he did with English lessons, you'd be Champions League winners by now. I don't know about that. But it is interesting to see how over the past, I guess, 3 or 4 years, the plan, process, and what we are supposed to believe in have been changing. Challenging for the title was a dream. Getting back into the Champions League seemed a realistic target. Getting back into European competition should certainly be one of the aims. I'm being told to go and watch the end of the video because he says, okay, we shall do. Relax yourselves. He's got about 2 minutes left of it. Come on then.
Has a 100% record in transfers. You try and get the majority right, some wrong. On your watch, Willian, was that just a mistake that didn't work out?
If you start to see the decision on Willian was to sign someone with experience, which a lot of Premier League games, and to impact the team straight away. If you see the first game against Fulham, which we play away, and we started very well, and everybody say, wow. So
no, let's have it right. There are 2 assists from 2 corners. The third one didn't count. And he didn't do anything for another 18 months. Or 8 months. So it's just, this is part of it as well. Willian, if you're trying to convince me that Willian is part of the plan, and now the plan is completely reversed, that is also challenging. It was age, experience, and number of games played. Now it's the sort of the opposite age profile. Long term, doesn't need to impact the team immediately. He can take window. Then we're halfway through. If we're halfway through, how many years have they had? Jesus, this could be going on forever. Bloody hell. What are we talking about? How many years are we looking at here?
So now we have a proper team, and from this game, we go through. But for the circumstances, a lot of different circumstances, the season from the squad and for the Willian as well was really inconsistent for everyone, to be fair. For if you see every single player...
No, not for everyone as well. This is part of the problem, isn't it? How many times have we seen Arteta rewarding a player who's performed well by dropping him? Nicola Pepe and Willian cannot have had anything but a frosty relationship. I almost felt sorry for him. He's been disrespected. It's definitely halted Reece Nelson's career, slowed up Reece Nelson's career as well. He's definitely not getting opportunities with that many people in front of him. Yeah.
He was inconsistent, which now he wants to be more consistent.
Okay, well that's reassuring. That's good. Cheers.
And then in the end of the season, I came to Willian, me and Miko say, how are you? Because I need you much more consistent. What's happening? No? And then he mentioned to us, he's not 100% comfortable. And when I listened that, and when Miko listened that, we make the decision to say, okay, we don't want a player here which is not 100% comfortable.
Okay, yeah, all right. Obviously, you're trying to say, he's going on like he's doing us a favour now. Getting rid of Willian was the only thing that they could have done. I mean, I got to be honest, this is lackluster.
Try to find the best solution. If a mistake or not, it's harder to say, because we don't know what will happen if, you know, our season, we've been better. We've been more consistent to everyone. So, but the most important thing is we try what we tried, we plan what we planned. If it works or not, we have to find a solution. How was the solution? We found a solution.
What? No. Hold on. What? Wait. He just... Sorry, that didn't make any sense. That last bit, I didn't... He wasn't 100% comfortable, I understand that. Okay, look, we're going to read some of this just so that we can try and decipher anything that has been potentially lost in translation. There's been a lot of focus on our transfer strategy in recent weeks. You have to look at the bigger picture. We've signed all these players that are under the age of 23. To give you some context, we renewed 5... Yeah, we've had that about 8 times. You have to consider every single step. Now is another one. Okay. Where's the rest of the interview? Mate. Okay. Uncomfortable situation to be in. We made 6 signings, only 1 sale. Joe Willock. We found a very challenging window. There are a lot of loans with options to buy. That's Matteo Guendouzi and Mavropanos, with an obligation to buy as well. But we worked the way the market is presenting to us as well. Yeah, I need a little bit more. Where's the rest of it, mate? Honestly, I feel like they're kind of skirting around the issue. I'm really happy. What? What are you talking about? Okay, this is the Sky Sports one. Normally, people like to see just one window. So I have to say it is the bigger picture because we started planning this squad a year ago in terms of consolidating the team. So they've been planning on selling some players for a year, is what he's saying. Deciphering that worries me because if you've been planning on selling players, consolidating the squad for a year, and you've managed to sell 1 player, you're not very good at your job, clearly. Or you don't seem to have come to terms with accepting where we are, actually. You know, in terms of the stature of the club, perhaps you are overestimating the value of some of these players and need to cut ties so that you can move forward. Look, it happens out there. We've renewed this, that, the other. 21 outgoings and signed 10 players in a year. So 21 changes is a lot. Okay, this is interesting now. He is expecting the experienced core, so the British core, he's expecting a lot from experienced core players such as Bernd Leno, Granit Xhaka, Thomas Partey and Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, and hoping that they can help the kids in the coming season. Now look, I've got to break this down for you lads, but this is nonsense. And the fact that we are relying on those 5 players, and he is specifically named 1, 2, 3, those 4 players. Is that 4 players? Yeah, it's 4 players. Wait, what? I don't want to go for top 4 or top 6 or top 8 or top 10. Oh my God, someone find me the clip. I don't know where that is. I'm reading that. I cannot believe he said that. He has not said that. I don't want to go for top 4 or top 6 or top 8 or top 10. Doesn't want to go for top 10. What are we doing? Huh? Pack it in. Someone send me this, because I'm going to need proof. You missed this. We've been sent this on Twitter. What's this? Let's just switch over here. I don't want to go for those. I don't want to go for that kind of numbers, such as 4th, 6th, or top 8 or top 10. I'm really looking forward to see the squad play and fit together. This is from the Sky Sports interview. I'm genuinely a little bit blown away by this. I'm going to have a look. Hold on. Oh, thank you. Okay.
Fans would prefer, say, if you spent 150 million, you buy 3 what you call oven ready to go straight away into the first team, maybe with Premier League experience or certainly first team experience elsewhere, that will improve the team now. And as you know, right now, the team has not scored a goal, has not registered a single point, and sits rock bottom of the Premier League.
I really understand that. But I just would like to them to understand as well the reason, the direction we go as a club. So, of course, it's hurt us to be in that situation. Of course, we know never going to see us there. We are hurt. I am hurt. I don't want to see the clubs there. But I want to see the team playing together. So to be fair, until now, we have 3 games, and I didn't see the team playing together yet. So I want to see the signings. I want to see the squad prepare. So all 3 games which we played against Brentford, City, Chelsea and City, unfortunately, we have some difficult moments in terms of COVID, injury, etc. So I want to see the team play together. And then let's judge the team when they play together. I'd like to see more Smith Rowe. I'd like to see more Bukayo Saka. I'd like to see Ben White with Gabriel. I'd like to see Tierney more. I'd like to see Tommy. I'd like to see that kind of team playing together. And
okay, that's not the right interview, but we'll find another one. There are a few out here, a few clips. It's defending the transfer policy there. I can't.
As you know, Mikel is under immense pressure right now. Also, your own job comes under criticism. It comes in line as well. The criticism of you is that you haven't done this job in Europe before, and you don't know the European market. What do you say to that criticism? And also, what and when would you be able to say is, when will it be where you can be judged for what you've done, what your policy at the club? I
respect all the pressure. I became from Corinthians and from Brazil international team, which is unbelievable pressure as here. And I understand the fans, I understand the reason and accept that. But we need a little bit of time to do what you plan to do. I'm not saying, because I know this kind of word hurts a lot Arsenal's fan when you're talking about timing, patience, but it's the reality. So that's why when I say to you, we have to create a good foundation. To create a good foundation, you need a time. Because
but you know, you don't get time in football.
I know, but that's why you make some kind of the decisions. Sometimes you have to make some decisions, not to look in the future. We believe in our squad now. But we believe this squad can be even stronger in the future, not in the short period. I have to thinking about, my job is to thinking about short periods, but in the long period as well. How we're going to plan that kind of journey. Because if we now sign 1 or 2 players and we have 3, 4, 5 gaps to fill, and then people are going to look to us and say as well, guys, what are you doing? Because you spend a lot of money here and here. What about the other position? For the future. So the balancing is not easy to get. But we believe what we're doing. Talking about my role, I understand the pressure. I understand the pressure of Mikel, board, and the club, because the situation which we are now is not acceptable. But listen, now is the moment to everybody being together, and I would like to see in this difficult moment people step forward and get the responsibility. I am responsible for what we're doing.
Okay, well, we have heard that, but I was searching for that one quote, which hasn't revealed itself yet. I'm going to do this last one here.
Edu, it's been a very active transfer window for Arsenal. So what can you tell me about it and the thinking behind it? Because the truth is, you may have spent the most money on players in the window out of any Premier League club, but the Arsenal fans are underwhelmed.
Yes, I understand the reason.
Yeah, we've heard it.
Because first they didn't see the team yet playing together, isn't it? So that's the one of the reason as well. But I think you have to see the context a little bit bigger than just to see the money around it. So we signed 6 players. 6 of the 6 players was under 23 players, which for us means a lot in terms of our planning. So because normally.
Right, I'm going to stop him there. I'm going to this Sky article, which is covering the interview. They have brought up a couple of images. I'll bring them up so you can see. They obviously want to focus on the fact that Arsenal have spent the most money this window. Let's just have a proper look at that. There we go. Okay. He's asking us to see past the money. In terms of planning, people like to see just one window. So I have to say it's the bigger picture, because we started this planning a year ago in terms of consolidating the team. He wants to balance the squad better and has to recruit the right players with the right characteristics and right profile. Let's have a look at Arsenal's summer signings. That's 157 odd million pounds of player. There they are. Takehiro Tomiyasu, 22 years old, 20 million. Aaron Ramsdale, 23 years old, 30 million. I guess that's with add-ons included. Odegaard, 22, and Ben White, 23, with Lokonga and Tavares, 21 years old. He goes on to say, we had 21 exits and 6 new signings. It's not 21 exits, is it, Sky? Sort it out. What are you talking about? Okay. For the future of the team, what he wants to do is balance the positions. So he's brought a keeper in. So you have one there to play games with Bernd Leno and one to help for the future. Then at right back, we signed Tomiyasu, someone who can come here and play straight away, because we loaned Hector Bellerin to allow space for him to come and feature straight away. That's the plan, but of course it's up to Mikel if he plays or not. Again, we need a foundation. We need players to play, and then we need some players to cover the first 11. Let's put it into context. For example, in midfield, you have Granit Xhaka and Thomas Partey. So for me, Mikel, it doesn't. So for me and for Mikel, it doesn't make sense to sign another player to be on top of them if they're the ones that are going to be playing. You said the opposite about Bernd Leno, though. But okay. That's why we chose Sambi Lokonga to help them. If we go up front, we've got Lacazette, Aubameyang, Saka, Pepe and Martinelli. I want to see them playing together. In the number 10 position, we saw a gap there because we have just Smith Rowe. We needed a number 10 with the same quality, and we now have one. These are all of the incomings during the Edu era. There are a few blank spaces for undisclosed figures, but as you can see, those are that is the full list. He goes on to say it's really tough, and it's not an excuse, but let's judge the team when they've played together. Now, he's been asked this question: how much is Mikel Arteta on board with the direction the club is going in? Because any manager is judged on results. If I'm Arteta, I understand you're planning for the future, but if results don't improve, I could be down the road here. For example, go and get me a Romelu Lukaku, somebody like that. How much does he understand? Edu says, the case here is we really believe in the players we have in the squad. Maybe other people don't, but we do. I sit with Mikel and see the squad. We have a striker who delivers us 25 goals every single season. We have another one who delivers 15 goals every season. We have two. Sorry, is he talking about Aubameyang and Lacazette? Because I think Lacazette's got 15 goals in the season once, and Aubameyang's never got past 22. So is he talking about all comps, asterisks, all comps? We've got two very powerful young players in Saka and Smith Rowe. We believe in them and in our squad. It is a very young starting 11. In fact, it is probably the youngest starting 11, average age starting 11 in the Premier League. And it is all very well planning for the future, but we've got to think about now as well. He's asked again, if all the players are fit, what do you think this squad should be capable of this season? Is it top 4? Is it top 6? What's realistic? I don't want to go to top 4 or top 6 or top 8 or top 10. I'm just really looking forward. Hold on. Is this it?
What can businesses do to help?
I want to see our squad because I don't see it yet. I don't see this quote. Oh, here we go. Here's the Edu interview link for the top 4, 8, 10 comment. No, you massive fraud. You see what you did? You see, this is what happens when you use... Alan, I should block you, but you've got You've got luck on your side. Here's the clip.
I don't want to go for that kind of numbers, top 4, top 6, or top 8, or top 10. I don't want to go for that kind of numbers, top 4, top 6, or top 8, or top 10. I'm really looking forward to see the squad playing together.
No. That's not good enough. Sorry. We need a target. I want to see, this is how you get accountability. You have to set a target. If you match or you succeed in achieving your goals, we can move. That's progress. This is a bit wishy-washy. I'm not aiming for top 4. I'm not aiming for top 6. I'm not aiming for top 10. I just want to see them play. I just want to watch them play. What's going on here? What is actually going on? The standards need to be slightly higher than we're just going to watch them play, right? We just want to see how it goes. Give us look, he's just saying, look, lads, I know you're stressed out, right? But give me some time, few years, right? Let's just watch the football. Let's see what happens, right? We think we know what we're doing. We believe in what we're doing, so just give us a chance. And in all fairness to him, he's facing the music, or he's being forced to face the music here. I'm sure that Josh and whatnot has had a word. And to be fair to him, he is quite good at escapism. He's gone so far around the houses with this. It's unbelievable. Is there a plan? Hopefully, it is the foundations and the age profile of the players that we've signed. We are not going to be allowed to judge them, though, for a few windows, because this is a plan and we are only so far gone in the journey. The journey is long. The road is long. Yeah. How long is a piece of string? Let's have a look at what the chat's saying. How are you all feeling about all this? Let's have a look. Toro Itoi says, why buy a midfielder when we've got Xhaka? That is part of what he said. We have to believe in the players that we've got. We're going to use Bernd Leno, Granit Xhaka, Alexander Lacazette and Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang as the examples. Now, Edu, I've got slight concerns with those four players in that Bernd Leno has said that he's not going to commit his future to the club. He's not going to sign a contract extension and could be walking. You're saying Ramsdale's going to be stepping into his shoes pretty soon, or at least that's the plan. So I can't really rely on Leno to be one of the leaders. Leaders and Aubameyang. Aubameyang couldn't lead a fucking... He couldn't lead... I don't want to say kids. I can't say kids jokes. That's just... No. Aubameyang and leaders, yeah? They're two words that do not go in the same sentence, right? Aubameyang is good energy. He looks like a great life of the party. He looks like a great bloke, right? Lovely guy. But leaders of men, yeah? Carrying the soldiers into war. Being prepared to lay your life down to set an example. These are some of the characteristics of a lead. These are not things that I associate with Aubameyang. So that's Bernd Leno, Aubameyang, no. Lacazette was the third one. Lacazette, who's going on a free, is it? Lacazette who's walking next year? Is that what's happening? Who we're not going to get any money for because you couldn't sell him again? Panicked at the last minute and tried to do something but couldn't make it happen. Okay. Or who's the last one? We've had Xhaka, we've had Leno, we've had Lacazette. That is it. That's four. So who am I believing in? What? Xhaka you didn't even want here and you tried to sell him but you couldn't, right? Okay. Aubameyang, maybe arguably looking for a way out. The club open to offers if you are to believe people like The Athletic. Lacazette, 1 foot out the door already. Is his head going to be in the right place? Come January, he is going to be signing on the dotted line with someone else potentially, or at least legally will be allowed to. That's in a few months, like September, October, November, December. It's in 3.5 months. So in 10 or 11 weeks, Lacazette he's probably already having to planning in his head. This is not. The four leaders, the leaders of the Norsemen. Huh? Who were we leading with this lot? Do the kids believe that Bernd Leno is the man to look to when Aaron Ramsdale is hot on his heels? Or will they be looking at Ramsdale and seeing if he can work his way in? Do the kids believe that Aubameyang is their leader? He needs to score goals. Premier League goals, please. I don't want to count no children's football. Yeah? Premier League goals. You need those, bro. Otherwise, you're a leader in terms of your example on the pitch if you're scoring goals. Otherwise, you couldn't lead your wife down the aisle. Is that a thing? No. You couldn't lead anyone, anywhere. We can't follow you. You can't be trusted. You can't even turn up to training on time. I mean, what is going on here? Questionable, to say the least. Gerardo says, Aubameyang couldn't lead a flock of birds south for the winter. There we go. Beautiful. Oh, look at these eloquent little frauds. Dr. Ehab El-Taib says, any company would have a target when they have a project, but when Edu is asked about a target, he hides from the question and wants to convince us that he has a project. There was one part of the interview that baffled me completely, spun my head. We're looking for a solution. We have to see if we found the solution because we're looking for a solution. That is the solution. All right. What is the solution? I just gave you the solution. What? Wait. Huh? Okay. I guess we wait and see. Judge him in May. Is that what it is? Judge him in May. Listen, I know some of you are old school Arsenal dons who've been around the block, and you know, you've heard this all before. Maybe it's different terminology. Maybe it is done in a more confident manner, but really and truly you're being asked to believe, okay? And that is the key to making it happen. Those who know will know. That's one of the keys, baby. That's one of the keys. You have to believe. You know, I talked about Cristiano Ronaldo turning up and saying to everyone in the Man United dressing room, we're winning this league I'm here to win the league this season, lads, just so that you know. But make no mistake about it, there are going to be people who, just in hearing that coming from him and knowing how much he has won, they will believe that little bit more that they can, or that they need to, for him. They're not going to want to be blamed for being the one who let him down. Or did you see what he did to Jota when Portugal played? He's a showman, and he will show you up in public. Whether or not they actually end up winning the league is a totally different story, but the mentality is something that is infectious. Are Granit Xhaka, Alexander Lacazette, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang and Bernd Leno capable of transferring that confident mentality, that winning mentality to these youngsters? It remains to be seen. Okay. Scott Johnson says, Southampton have done better business than us. How can't Arsenal attract a player like Valentino Livramento? Like the video, you frauds. Livramento looks fantastic. I've put him in my fantasy Premier League team. I don't know if he's going to get me any points, but he looks brilliant. But look, let's not write off the project, you know, totally. There are, as I was saying, there are pros and cons to what's been said here today. Edu is under a lot of pressure, as is Mikel Arteta. And I guess it is going to be time for us to focus on looking forward. That is going to be partly Norwich City. Are Arsenal going to be able to get 3 points against Norwich City? And this is a legitimate question. You're asking yourself, can Arsenal score against Burnley? I mean, this is where we are. So, you know, there are questions that need to be asked. Questions that need to be asked of the manager if we're to believe in this solution. If this project, Project Foundation, Project Future FC, Project Kindergarten, Project Give Us More Time, Project 4 More Years, if we're to believe in that, is Mikel Arteta the man for the job? Because part of that is going to be growing the seeds, growing the flowers, tending to that, watering the flowers. You got to go out every day without fail, make sure that your flowers have got the water. Otherwise, they start to shrivel up, they dry up, they become worthless, and they die. Yeah. Is Arteta the one to nurture those delicate little flowers? So far, the jury's out. Has to be said, the jury is out. It is early days. Is Arteta the style? Is Arteta the one to imprint the style of play? That much, I think he actually could. Personally, I think he could. I have seen enough good football from Arsenal under Arteta, and I know people are going to laugh at this, but I have seen enough good passages of play, let me just specify, to believe that there is something in there if Arsenal have got the right players. But that's not enough. Okay, let me just make myself clear. That's not enough. Greetings from Wyoming. Greetings, Zombie Cucumber. He says, question, if Arsenal was in the Championship this season, do you think they would win the league? Would they get promoted? There's no way they'd win the league. There's no way. Not yet. No, I don't believe. I think they'd finish quite high, but they'd also get snapped. The Championship is very physical. Sometimes I look at fouls and I think, well, they're not fouls, but they're red cards in the Prem. Red cards in the Prem can be just play on, lad, play on. No, play on. in the Championship. So I'm not really that confident, especially when you see that the teams who've done well in the Championship in recent times are doing quite well against Arsenal. Yeah. So start of play. Let's just talk about the start of play. We've had enough time, haven't we? This is part of what I was saying about being a good manager. A good manager should be able to get the best out of his players. The top managers are the ones who can pull more out of less. Which one are we? Okay, people are questioning me on the passages of play. No. There are signs. There are signs. Look, I'm gonna school a couple of you. There are signs. Let's bring up this. Here we go. Okay. Photoshop, let's do our thing. We are going to start from the back, right? We're going to start from the back. We've got Ramsdale. I'm presuming we're going to have Lokonga kind of sitting kind of deep to help with these two, who will maybe even come short to get the ball. Ben White having the ball is just as good as Gabriel, if not more favourable. Both of them are good passers of the ball. Tomiyasu, I would say less so than Ben White, but still good. Lokonga seems pretty safe, and he's going to help with this initial build-up in the transition, right? Building out from the back. You need triangles, but you also need wide options. Tierney is our favoured wide option down the left-hand side, so let's just start with that as the example. Let's say that Ramsdale passes it to White, White passes it to Lokonga. It's very basic, but let's say that we can get free enough space there. We do have the option, if Lokonga can turn, to play it out to our man out here, and that is, I guess, the ultimate aim, is to get the ball to around here. Now, in doing so, when Lokonga receives the ball, he will usually be pressured. He's not going to be able to turn most of the time. That means he's going to either have to come back to Gabriel, who can then go out wide. And I guess this is what HUGH is so good at, with being left-footed, that pass over there, or that pass over there, which you see him do so much. Arsenal have been kind of doing this, and this can be done with... I should stop doing that. This can be done with Ben White, or whoever is Tomiyasu, or whoever is down here. Whoever receives the ball here is probably going to be pressed, especially as Arsenal are so vulnerable to the press these days. People seem to know that we're not very good at playing it out the back, or at least that we want to play it out the back. I like to think anyway that Lokonga and White both have the passing ability and awareness to be able to kick on first time as soon as the ball goes in, to be able to find either a Tomiyasu out wide here or a Tierney out wide here. And from that initial pass from Ramsdale to Lokonga, when bodies are drawn into this area, it sucks them away from these areas and frees up space out wide. Now, on the break, Arsenal then should be able to transition nicely with the likes of Pepe and Odegaard opening up space, and hopefully Aubameyang get it in. If not, we're working it out down the left-hand side for the cross. Now, I'm not a massive fan of the random crossing, but if we could work more accuracy into the cutbacks, that's fantastic. And as I say, I have seen signs that Arsenal can play good football under Arteta. Not consistently enough. And, you know, I have to say I struggle to see the common sense in trying to do something with inadequate tools. Maybe it's better to find other tools, or just to find another system of doing what you're trying to do. But yeah, I can see some other options as well. Obviously, people do prefer Lacazette's hold-up play. There's no denying that it's far superior to Aubameyang's. I'm not going to put him totally on the bench yet, because it's a little bit disrespectful, but yeah. Smith Rowe and Odegaard, I guess, could be competing for that place. Pepe and Saka could be competing for that place. We do have the option of bringing Maitland-Niles in to either play in midfield or on the right-hand side, or if need be, on the left. Although you would think now with this signing, HUGH is going to be competing, or at least competition for, maybe even support for, is best to say, Tierney. Anyway, let me know your thoughts. We've gone through the squads. In summary, I would say, from the sound of the interviews that we've listened to, Edu and Arteta have been planning this window for quite some time, and it looks like they've pretty much got what they wanted. So that's going to mean no excuses anymore are going to wash. We're going to need points ASAP, because as much as it is about building for the future, the now is also crucial. And of course, we do find ourselves in perilous position. 20-man squad should win a game. If we have 22 men on the pitch, I could put all of them onto the pitch, and I still don't think that we'd win all of our games. Anyway, we will move the conversation on. We have been doing the Edu conversation for quite some time. What's this? Am I seeing this right? Hugh, it's my wedding and I'm watching your show upstairs like an elite fraud. Below! Oh, wow! Incredible scenes of glorious emotion. Mate, hope you're having a good day. I'm questioning your choices right now. That is elite fraudulence. Send some love to Bilal and wish him well. He's just signed up for a life. A life. The lifetime contract. Oh boy. Okay, we're going to go through some of the other stuff. Making the headlines. I said that we'd do 10 minutes, 20 minutes of this and 20 minutes of that. It's not really worked out how I planned. However, it does. We do still have time to go through a few things. Okay, we're going to start off with some comments. Much love to everyone who's joined in the chat. You're all massive frauds. He just retired from life. He wants a lifetime fraud contract. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Peter Azil from Deroshrade. I appreciate the attempt, but this is a bunch of participation medals for all type team. Okay. This is what I want to get from you right now. The team that I've put up there. Where is this team now that we've seen it? I didn't want to do predictions before the window had shut, basically. I don't really see the point. Where is this team going to finish? I've got too many players on the pitch. Smith Rowe, you're going to have to be benched. Is he likely to play that team? Sort of two attacking mids. And it's on again on paper. It's sort of four at the back. Tierney just bombing up and down. Hmm. Do you see what I'm doing? What is that? 3-3-2-2. And if he slips back to there quite a lot, then technically it can be like that as well. 5-4-1. Okay, here we go. Let's have a look and see what people think. Congratulations, Bilal, by the way. Just lock that background layer. You keep moving. Oh, thank you. You Photoshop fraud. How do I do this? There's a button that's the padlock thing, isn't there? Where is it? Where is the padlock button? Convert to no, I don't know how to do that. Sorry. Oh, lock? Is that it? Yes, I've locked it. Yes, get in. Well played. Okay, let's have a look and see where people think we're finishing. If you haven't left your prediction in, please do let me know. Azil says 3.2k viewers and only 1k likes. Massive fraudulence. Much love to everyone who has shown the appreciation to your boy. Yeah? Love to your mothers. 9th or 10th, says Alex Mills. Philip Kennedy says 14th. Fruitless Gardener says 12th. Aussie says 6th. Mark Backridden says 8th. 11th. I mean, 6th is the highest that we've seen so far. So Snorlax has got good visions of what Arsenal can achieve. And let's be honest, look, that would be quite something given that... Oh, excuse me. Given that... no Premier League team who's lost their opening 3 games of the season has finished higher than 7th for 20 odd years. Zez thinks 10th if we're lucky. Ao thinks 5th. Again, that is quietly confident that Arsenal can pick things up. And if you look at the fixture list, lads, and we will have a look at the fixture list when I bring it up, there are some pretty favourable fixtures that Arsenal got coming up. Okay, Norwich City, Burnley, Spurs. So, okay, look, let's not beat around the bush. Norwich, got to win. Burnley, have to win. Spurs, people would forgive you if it was a draw, right? People, let's be honest, people would forgive you if it was a draw. Brighton, you got to win. Palace, got to win. Villa, really, you got to win. Sorry. Leicester, okay, let's just... I mean, the levels that we need to be winning that game, really, but Watford have to win. So, again, that's 6 winnable fixtures out of the next 8 games. Maybe Arsenal's fortunes could be completely turned on their head with, you know, some players coming back to form and or from injury, and Arteta's vision and this process actually taking a step in the right direction. Again, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Let me just go through any of the supers that I've missed for these. Izzy Z says, oh, hold on a second. Izzy, let me just check if you done that. Right, I'm going to go through all of them. Hold on a second. I don't want to have missed anyone. Rahul, much love to your mother for getting involved. Isaac Blackburn, I see you. S. Featley TV says, big up. Get these frauds out. Go F your project. Gabriel Bryan, my son, I see you. Tori Toi, much love for getting involved. Joseph says, I want to believe you, I really do, but they're making it super difficult for me to do that. I do think that one of Edu or Arteta have to go. Love to your mothers. Do Arteta and Edu have to bite the bullet? Or when do they have to face the music, actually? Tristan Chan says, believe in Tomiyasu low-key, could be better than Ben White. Salman, much love to you, mate. You're an absolute hero. Hayes Moid says, he's back in Tierney. Omar Barry says, greetings from Gambia. My actual son, greetings. George says, how do I protest from LA? I refuse to visit. Will Jones wants to see, he's happy to see Pepe start as long as we go forward and Oba takes it down the left channel and cuts in on his right, and vice versa with Pepe as right forwards. Andrew's not impressed with the selling going on. He also wants to give a special mention to Billy Gilmore, the only player he's ever seen in his lifetime play for Scotland with the ability to control a game. He says, P.S. Tierney's form is gone. Tristan Chan says, drop Aubameyang and Lacazette and play Pepe up top. WDP says, what about a Bolton watch along? It's on Sky now. My son, Bolton against Burton. We have missed it. Manoj Atanti says the fact he even said top 10 was laughable. Ghazi says, long time fan, you great content as always, keep it up. Also, Little Sims dropped a better album than Kanye and Drake this week. Jack Wilkins, thanks for sending that video in. Doro, we've said that one already. Izzy says, Edu is too much of a coward to mention a target because he knows if the team isn't near it, he and Arteta will get more backlash. Arsenal, no standards or expectations, just vibes. And Izzy, I've just read that out. Okay. Edu doesn't want to mention a target because if he does and the team don't finish near it, then Arteta will get more backlash. Do we agree? What else is he supposed to say, though, really? I feel a little bit sorry for him. Rock and a hard place, but he will be held accountable and responsible if this does go as wrong as it has started. However, some good fixtures coming up, so hopefully that's all going to be sorted and we'll be back to winning ways soon. Common sense tells me it's not going to be as easy as that, and Norwich City play some half-decent football. Burnley are really difficult to beat these days, so yeah, 6 huge points up for grabs with the nightmare fixture of a North London derby right around the corner. Let's go through some of the rest of the news. Jace. It's slightly depressing news, I have to say. Yeah, it's been international. What do you think about the World Cup qualifiers? Should they be making changes? Is it pointless watching England and Andorra or similar fixtures, or does everybody need a chance? Is there a better way of getting other people involved? Nice to see some different faces anyhow. But I'm already looking forward to these games kicking off. September 11th. 5 days. 4 days, really. 4 sweet days. Crystal Palace Spurs. Let me take that down. Arsenal Norwich, Brentford Brighton, Leicester Man City, United Newcastle, where we could see the return of Christian, Southampton against West Ham, Watford Wolves, and Chelsea Villa. Sunday's got Leeds against Liverpool. Have you done your Fantasy Premier League? Have you joined my Fantasy Premier League, the Fraud Gang League, where I am like 700th or something? Oh my word, wow, incredible scenes. Okay, Chelsea manager Thomas Tuchel keen for the club to sign Germany winger Leroy Sané from Bayern Munich. £54 million fee. Let's have a look and see what's going on. Thomas Tuchel looking to mount a title challenge with Chelsea, of course. Here is how Chelsea could line up post-January transfer window. I mean, we're already looking at other transfer windows. Incredible. Oh, wow. Oh, right, I see. So, Lukaku Sane, is that what's happening here? Koundé could join in Chelsea. 22-year-old linked and apparently desperate to secure a move. £42 million offer was rejected by Sevilla, and they wanted £67 million for him. Yeah, if he does get the move, he will surely be starting, especially on those kind of wages. They're talking about silly money here. So Chelsea have done some great business, though, with selling players, including that £29.8 million departure of Kurt Zouma to West Ham. But anyway, Leroy Sané being linked with a move to South West London, according to ESPN. What's this? Oh, Mohamed Salah wants £500,000 a week. Wow. What's this all about? Mohamed. Contract talks are continuing between Liverpool and Mohamed Salah's representatives, as the Egyptian forward has demanded £500,000 a week. Incredible wages. Incredible wage demands. He has scored an incredible 127 goals in 206 games. Excuse me. 127 goals in 206 games. That is unbelievable. I've got two different reports here. This is interesting. That's actually being denied. I've got one article that says he's asking for $500,000 a week, and then I've got another one which I trust a little bit more, actually. It's the Liverpool Echo. It says that he is not asking for £500,000 a week, as was being suggested over the weekend. They are in talks, though, and those talks are ongoing. Liverpool trying to make Mohamed Salah re-signing a priority after spending much of the summer agreeing lengthy deals with the core of the squad. They've got Henderson, Fabinho, Becker, Van Dijk, Trent, Robertson and Harvey Elliott, who've all signed new contracts. So is Kelleher, Adrian, Nat Phillips. I think that's partly what fans are up in arms about. They haven't actually signed any new players. How much does Salah want, though? How much does he deserve? 127 goals in 200 odd games. That's like unbelievably good. That's like, without him, you're sort of no one, you know? That good. He should be up there with the top earners if he isn't already. We move on to other Egyptian internationals who are making their headlines. Mohamed of the El Nenis. It's probably Mohamed of the Nenis. Mohamed El Neni. The Egyptian Labradoodle is still being linked with the move to Besiktas. He is 29 years old, and I guess that could still happen for the next 2 to 3 days. I think the Turkish window shuts on September the 8th or midnight on September the 8th, so the Super League team Besiktas could still make a late move for Arsenal midfielder Mohamed El Neni. He's been here for 5 years now. He does have a role to play, if you ask me, but perhaps that role could now be filled by a player like Sambi Lokonga, and for the future it would certainly be in Arsenal's interest to cash in while they can. He did, of course, play for Besiktas before. 36 times. But he has been played quite a lot by Mikel Arteta, given a new lease of life at Arsenal. So be interesting to see whether they will pay the wages that he is demanding. Again, what seems to be a stickling point with most of these players at Arsenal is the wage demands. Anwesh Mishra says, what does he say? Hold on. Where are you, Anwesh? Do you feel Arteta and Edu can do a better job under a better sports director, like a munch. I mean, again, are we going to be able to judge these guys without having seen the team play? Could they do a better? Could they have done a better job at selling players? For sure, yes. Anyway, Mohamed El Neni, Ajax director of football Mark Overmars has said that Cameroonian goalkeeper Andre Onana could leave on a free transfer next summer. Now, next summer doesn't really help. It is interesting to see that no one has taken up this guy. Inter Milan apparently want him though, so he is going to have options on the table. They are looking, Inter Milan, for a successor to Handanovic, who is now 37 years old. I wonder why no one touched him. Maybe it's something to do with the doping. It must be. He was so cheap, it almost doesn't make sense as to why no one took the leap of faith unless there's something else going on there. As I was saying before, Bukayo Saka's being celebrated up and down the country, making a good return to international form after the Euros nightmare. Smiles better. Lingard shining as well. Some sensational football from Jesse Lingard as England romped home against Andorra 4-0. How seriously are we taking this though? Completely different team with Trent Alexander-Arnold in midfield. What do we think about the Liverpudlians' efforts? Is it meant to be, or is it slightly forced? Romelu Lukaku has done an interview talking about comparisons with Cristiano Ronaldo. Don't ever compare me to Cristiano, he says. Never. How dare you? Wow, incredible. I mean, that's quite funny, isn't it? Why would anyone compare you to Cristiano? I guess you're both goal scorers, both Premier League players. 66 goals he's got for Belgium so far. Cristiano Ronaldo has 111 goals, so he's got some way to go to match that, but he is... I mean, he's got a few years left in him. He's only 28. Ronaldo, how many years is that? 36. He's got 8 years on him. Lukaku saying, as for the rest, comparing statistics and all that, it's useless, but I was lucky enough to play against him in Italy, and now he's back in the Premier League. It's good for English football. It's the thing with the international break. You're stretching. Yeah? You're stretching. That's not news. So you're clutching at straws. Just mentioning Ronaldo, you think it gets you a fucking headline. Sorry. As per usual, Emilio Martinez has been involved in some madness, and I'm sure he's blaming Arsenal somewhere down the line. I don't know if you were watching Brazil against Argentina, but loads of officials basically ran on the pitch and tried to deport certain players. I think those players are being deported. I've got a tweet here which covers it quite nicely from Roy Menier. Martinez saying, the four of us from England decided to leave to join Argentina for the love of the shirt. They totally ignored the guidelines and the fact that it's a red listed country or whatever it is, and they've just gone like for the country to support Argentina to play with Messi. You know, as much as those from the Premier League did not want to come, we still decided to travel. After winning the Copa America, everyone wanted to be in the group. It's nice, touching that they are family, you know, they can't be split. Obviously, you know, it's not gone down well. The game's been abandoned. I was watching a training match instead of the actual beautiful football that we were promised or was scheduled. But yeah, interesting to see. I don't know who the other ones were. One of them is Buendia. Off the top of my head, I can't remember who the others are. Let's just have a look. But there were 4 players who'd basically left England illegally. Frauds. Yeah? Caught in the act, arrested on the pitch, deported immediately. In sensational scenes. Here we go. There is also some Obid. Should we call it Obid? Obid news. Rob Harris of the Press Association, I believe, or Associated Press. UEFA decides players who've been fully vaccinated or have recovered from won't now need to be tested to play in its matches anymore. Decision made ahead of the Champions League, Europa League and Europa Conference League group stages. Testing could still be required to enter countries for games as per national laws. I don't know how you feel about this, but it's all getting very confusing. I guess in some ways that is a good start. There are questions that are going to be asked, including, you know, the England players returning from Hungary this week. Do non-vaccinated players coming back from certain countries have to quarantine as per other, you know, people? But anyway, let's have a look. Okay, this is a translation of an Argentinian guy's tweets. It says, Argentina's national team has arrived in Buenos Aires in full. Today, Emilio Martinez will travel to Croatia for a 10-day quarantine, as agreed by the Argentinian FA. The player and his club, Aston Villa, Emiliano Buendia, should also go with him. Massive fraudulence, mate. I can't even keep up with all the stuff you're not supposed to be doing. But yeah, they were caught in the act, basically. You got to admire the love for the country and the love for the badge and really wanting to play with Messi. But you could see, I saw pictures of Messi that night, basically. He was just confused as anything, not knowing what was going on or why they were being, why they were stopping the game. Anyway, it is getting on. I'm going to love you and leave you. It's dinner time, babe. Are we good? No response, no dinner. Maybe I'll just stay on. Jeez. Let's go back to the comments. World Cup qualifiers. We need to have a look at tables. There is no football on today, or there was some African World Cup qualifiers, weren't there? Yeah, let's have a look. Okay. Mexico with a 1-0 win over Costa Rica. USA drawing with Canada. South Africa, what was the score? 1-0. Oh, they beat Ghana 1-0. Ivory Coast going good as well. Sebastian Haller with a brace for the Ivory Coast. Okay. Where's that gone? What's going on there? There we go. Jamaica losing 3-0 to Panama. Oh, come on, lads. What? Where's... lineups? Antonio up top. Bobby Reed. Morrison, Pinnock. Oh. Lost 3-0 to Panama. Your World Cup is not looking good so far for Jamaica. Seven wins out of 7 for Brazil. 3 draws for Argentina means they're just 2 points ahead of Ecuador, who have played a game more. Uruguay won last night against Bolivia. I think Colombia drew with Paraguay. Peru beating Venezuela and Chile drawing 0-0 with Ecuador. I caught a little bit of that one. A complete mess of a game. Chile are a mess right now. 0 wins in their last 6 games, with Colombia next. That's not looking good. Ecuador looking quite good though. Anyway, let's go to the European standings if we can. Serbia, sensational start. 4 wins, 3 wins out of 4, with just the 1 draw against the favourites Portugal, who beat Ireland in controversial circumstances with a brace from Cristiano himself. Spain topping theirs. Kosovo are doing really well. Wow. A win against Georgia and a draw against Greece. That is sensational for a new nation. Amazing. A new footballing nation. Italy, obviously the favourites there, with a draw against Switzerland. I think they have broken the record for international games going unbeaten now. I think they now own the record, something like 36 games, I believe. Please do correct me if I'm wrong. But France are coming into, well, Didier Deschamps in particular is coming under serious questions in the French media especially. I think they've drawn their last 5 games, 3 friendlies and 2 group games. That's now a draw against Ukraine and a 1-1 draw against Bosnia and Herzegovina, which means they've played 2 more games than Finland and are only 4 points ahead. Honestly, that is the easiest group to get out of, but they are clinging on as it stands at the moment. Well, maybe clinging on is a little bit of a stretch, but they're not. It's not France, and I think people are beginning to recognise the transition anyway, with bringing Benzema in and whatnot. It's not been as easy as people thought it would be. Belgium, flying, 20 goals scored in 5 games, 4 a game, 3 against Czech Republic, who are second place. Wales with a sensational win, Gareth Bale's hat-trick. 2 pens and a last-minute winner, or injury time winner, against Belarus, who've now lost 3 on the trot, losing 8-0 to Belgium. And that will be devastating to them, because they looked like they were going to win that. They were winning 2-1 at half-time. Group F, Denmark, probably the best record in the European qualification so far. 5 games played, 5 wins, 17 goals for and none against. Wow, absolutely sensational. However, a 1-0 win against the Faroe Islands. I know it's away from home. That's not good enough for me. Anyway, win's a win. 15 points from a possible 15. Israel are second as well and will be in with a good shout if their form continues. Wow. 3 wins on the trot with 4 unbeaten. Moldova, Faroe Islands and Austria. That is a huge win against Austria, 5-2. And I have to say I was a little bit surprised by that, because the Austrian squad is quite strong. And I don't... yeah, I just didn't expect that. Austria did have a good squad out. Scotland getting a win as well, a 1-0 win with a goal from Dykes. Was it against Moldova? Yeah, it was against Moldova. Turkey, top of Group G after 5 games, 1 point ahead of the Dutch. The Netherlands struggling. Well, they're not struggling, but again, they're coming under a bit of criticism as it stands. However, look, 3 wins out of the last 4. It can't be that bad. 4-0 win against Montenegro. A 1-1 draw against Norway would have been disappointing, but Norway themselves are going well. I believe Haaland, yes, of course. Haaland with a penalty. 2-0 win as they ease past Latvia. Ooh. It's going to be tight for second place in that group. Norway, Netherlands, Turkey. Remember, we are only halfway, I guess. Russia, top of the group, topping its... Wow, this is such a Slavic group. Russia, Croatia, Slovenia, Slovakia. all holding the first 4 places with Malta and Cyprus. What a group. Struggling. England topping the group with a record that's only bettered by Denmark. 5 wins out of their 5 games played. 1 goal conceded against the Polish, who are going to be second. Albania, Hungary, Andorra and San Marino making up the numbers. San Marino, 19 goals conceded. 1 goal scored. Got my son. Got my son. Who did you score against? Poland. Wow. Embarrassing. Okay, and Group J, Germany, Armenia, Romania, North Macedonia, Iceland and Liechtenstein. Not Liechtensteiner. Liechtenstein. Whatever. Bottom of the group, 1 goal scored. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, I do like the international break, if only because it's a break from Arsenal, and it's lovely to watch some football and just be able to enjoy it. England seem to be trying different things, and I guess these games allow Gareth Southgate to experiment. It's nice to see Bukayo Saka getting some game time. He is. This is why I like Lee Dixon as well. He actually sells him so much. You gotta love it. This is a World Cup qualifying team of the round for Europe from Who Scored. Jan Sommer, Helik, Hoffman, Milenkovic, Alioski, Gakpo, Lingard with a 10. Incredible. He was very good. Depay with a 10. Lewandowski with a 10. And that, my friends, is about where we're going to leave it. My sons, what else have we got? Let me just have a little look. Okay. Who have we got? Oh, we've got some super chats here. Hold on a second. Anwesh, I think the jury is out. That is the answer for you. Larry Jim says, are you old enough to remember Luton beating Arsenal 3-2 in the 1988 League Cup final? No. No, I'm not, unfortunately. Nearly, very nearly, but no, I'm not. I don't want to reveal the youth. I'm not touching 21. You sound like a nonce. Wow, incredible. Lads, ladies, gentlemen, it's been an absolute pleasure. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I've enjoyed sharing the experience of an Edu interview with you. Hopefully I haven't missed any of the super chats and you've enjoyed this quality content from your fraud father. I'll be back bright and early tomorrow. We are going hard this week and for the next 2.5 weeks because I've got some time, I've got some space, and we've got some football to watch. Jeez, the Arsenal have got some big games coming up. It will be kicking off this weekend. There will be a watch along. However, I've got a couple of other videos coming at you. If you're excited, please do let me know. Smash the hell out of the like button and subscribe to the channel if you are new. If you haven't turned your bell notifications on already, please do. I could drop a random video later on tonight. You just never know. I'm being sent some stuff on Twitter that I've got to look at before I go, including, what's this? I'm back where I belong, my never-ending love, says Cristiano. All right, let's just chill out. Let's chill out with that. What's this? Arteta ball. Hold on. Hang on a second. Arteta ball. What's this about? These are the clips. These are all the clips. No, these are all clips. Fucking hell, you can't even read. Arteta ball. These are all clips of some of the brilliant football Arsenal have played under Arteta. A thread. Wow, incredible. A thread. Huh? Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Oh, I told you. Oh, mate. It's like Christmas for Arteta fans. What are they called? Arteta sexuals. I saw that trending on Twitter. I was like, what's going on here? Well, I'll watch that. I won't. Actually, I can watch it down here. Oh. Okay. David Luiz, long ball into the front. Lacazette sits it on. Okay. Promising. Promising signs. Let's have another look. Ooh, we're going back over a year ago. What? Okay. Right. Okay. Okay, that's good. I like the look. This is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. If you just... No. Let's be realistic. You're sending me stuff about Antonio Conte now. Come on. Come on. No. Antonio Conte is free. There is no pre-deal. Several people suggesting that Arsenal have been approached by intermediaries with regards to Antonio Conte, who wants to get back into the game. I'm not buying into this, lads. We're doing this again. You don't know. Oh, good God. Okay. You really need common sense and like logic drilled into you. You're talking about Antonio Conte. Antonio Conte. Serious Don, yeah? Serial winner. You know, a man who has walked away from a title-winning side because the club are not playing his game. They're not playing to his tune. And you think that he's going to come to Arsenal. I love it. I love it. What's they call it? Cloud Cuckoo Land, I think they call this. This is where we are now. This is where we're living. Okay. It's good to know. Send me the good stuff. Wesley, hopefully this is slightly more constructive, says, I watch a lot of Serie A and Tomiyasu mostly played centre-back or right on a back three. I don't see him as a right wing-back. Yes, he's probably just joined the stream. Hopefully we've discussed this at length. We are thinking right now, if we just bring this in, oh God, we've got about 15 players on the bench. What's going on? Lacong's up there. You go up there. You go out there. You probably won't play there, but I'll put you there anyway. Yeah, we're thinking, look, oh God, I thought I'd locked that. What the fuck? Why is it not locked? It's got a padlock next to it. Lock. Okay. It looks like a back four on paper. However, with Tierney bombing on, it turns into a back three. So he might be sort of covering that area and he's got some experience out there, but I'm not expecting him to bomb on. It's just like added protection or him being part of a back three. I have seen him play right back though. On YouTube, should stress. Anyone else? What's this? Oh, some interesting stuff on Cristiano that I tweeted about 3 years ago. Some of it will still apply. And Storm Blizzard has sent the Edu clip. Thank you, bro. We did see it in the end. Appreciate all of you on Twitter getting involved. What's this? That is the same clip of Edu saying he doesn't want to finish fourth. Nasty Milkshake says Conte. Oh, that is the plan. That is going to be the plan for some people, but it's probably not going to be the plan for Arsenal Football Club. The plan is Arteta. The plan is Edu. The plan is trust the process. The plan is we go again. Norwich, Burnley. We'll see if we'll see the squad play. That's what he wants, isn't it? We'll see seeing the squad play. So let's just hope that we can see the squad play. That would be nice. He's not tweeting about Arsenal today. That's good. Okay. Anyway, yeah, I'm going to love you and leave you. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please do tune into the next one. I'll be back bright and early tomorrow. Actually, I might be back tonight. Depends on that one. All right. All right. For now, though, I'm going to love you and leave you. My name's Edu, and this has been a lot of fun. Peace, guys.